Hey everyone, it's the Vinyl Junkie here on SMI-TV, and this time around we're going to do something different. We're going to actually be featuring pop culture instead of music. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and tell you what today's topic's about, and that is actually Loot Crate. If you're not familiar with Loot Crate, it's another subscription box service that this time it caters to the horror, sci-fi, gaming, and nerd cultures. Each month, Loot Crate sends a box filled of goodies that coincides with the general theme, and this month's theme is entitled Galactic. So when you're thinking of Galactic, you're thinking Star Wars, Alien, Star Trek. You get the picture. On a side note, I want to explain to everybody that this was actually supposed to post a few weeks ago on another site, and sadly, I left that publication due to creative differences, and all the content that we had written for that was scrapped and trashed. And that actually featured the last two Loot Crates, which was the Heroes and the Villains boxes. So to make up for that, I'm going to go ahead and actually give you a review on what I thought of both of those boxes, because Loot Crate was great enough to send me both those boxes, and I feel really bad for not including those. So with that being said, let's get this going, shall we? Okay, so as you can see the box here, it was opened a little bit. That's actually how it came in the mail. There was actually a rubber band on it, but I don't think that was Loot Crate's fault. That was basically the post office's fault here. You can see the sides here. It's a pretty big box. Looks like a normal shoebox. So let's go ahead and open this thing up here, shall we? And there we go. And look at all that great stuff we got in here. So the first thing I'm pulling out of here, what am I pulling out here? So the first thing we've got here is a Star Trek Tribble. If you're not familiar with what a Tribble is a little creature that was featured in the original Star Trek series. They might look all cute and cuddly and whatnot, but the thing is they multiply like a motherfucker, and they're not fun to work with, to say the least. Looks like it's a Loot Crate exclusive here, and it comes its own little package here. I think I'm going to keep this in the package and actually put this up on my bookshelf, to say the least. But it's kind of cool looking here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take this out, but it's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like this before and whatnot. So, yeah, kind of cool here. So let's see what else we got in this box here. Sorry about my arm right there. And if it's a little out of focus. So next here, we've got a science fiction vinyl figure, Mystery Minis. It's another Loot Crate exclusive. I actually saw what the product is. It's actually Malcolm Smith from Firefly, but it's made by Funko, which is actually a company based out of Everett, Washington. And they're the ones that make those pop vinyl bobbleheads that I love to death. I started my own little collection there. But as you can see, they've got different figures, such as the robot from Lost in Space, Spock, looks like the Alien, and Predator. But if you look on the back here, looks like they've got other characters that coincide with this, such as E.T., it looks like Mega Man, Boba Fett, Judge Dredd. I think that's Boba Fett. I might be wrong. Can't really tell because it's not focused incorrectly. Next thing we got on the list here. Now, the thing with Loot Crate is they come with a button each shipment, and it coincides with that month's theme. So this is actually a galactic theme button. I actually like the buttons that come in here, and I actually put those on my camera bag. So yeah, that's kind of cool seeing this here and whatnot. So getting that little button. So the next thing we've got, this is pretty cool looking. This is a Alien action figure from the film series Alien. And this is made by Reaction Figures. I'm not really familiar with Reaction, so I couldn't really tell you much about it, but it looks like this is part of a series, and it looks like you can get the Alien, Ripley, Ash, I can't really, let me pull this up here, Dallas, and Kane. So it's kind of cool getting Alien. I might have to actually, and these are actually produced by Funko as well, so I didn't know Funko actually had action figures. So surprising me to know that I actually find out Funko's coming out with So, and it's great that they're a Pacific Northwest company based out of Everett, which is actually near Seattle. And next we got on the list is a bag of Pop Rocks. I haven't had these since I was a teenager, and I think everybody knows the story about Pop Rocks is that, if you drink Coke and mix Pop Rocks together, it's supposed to blow up your stomach. Well, of course, that's an urban legend because it doesn't happen. And they said a story about Mikey from the Life cereal commercial did that, and Mikey will eat anything. But no, it's an urban legend. So, and next we've got this here is a magnet, and it looks like it's Star Wars because I can see the Millennium Falcon there, and it looks like it's the Star Wars arcade game. Not really a big fan of magnets, but it's Star Wars. I can't really complain about it, but it's kind of weird looking at this here and whatnot. Oh, never mind. I had it upside down. My bad. Yeah, so it's basically based off the old 70s arcade game, or is it the 80s? One of the two, but kind of cool looking. No, actually, no, 1979. I just saw that right there. That's crazy. The next thing we got in here, we got some space dollars. This is actually from Firefly, the Joss Whedon series. I seriously hope they revive that, or at least do another film. I don't think it's going to happen, though, because Joss is busy doing Avengers and Nathan Fillion's doing Castle, but kind of cool looking. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And the next thing we got in here, Loot Crate sent us a Fall Into Savings brochure. This kind of crazy here, but it's got some deals in here from Gamefly, Gunner Eyewear, Squid Grips, which I don't have any of those on my Xbox controller, but I've heard so many great things about it. You can get $5 to $10 off. Then the 2-disc plan for 1 month free of Gamefly. I didn't get a code for that because this is a review box, so no biggie. I haven't really used my Gamefly membership. Next, we've got a bonus digital content, and this is for the Halo comic book series by Dark Horse Comics. I'm not going to give you guys a code here because I'm going to keep that, but it's 3 comics. You can read these on your tablet or, in my case, an iPad. But it's kind of cool looking. Go ahead and grab that. Take care of this. And just to show you guys how they do this at Loot Crate with their booklet, they come up with a booklet each month. It's called the Loot Crate Magazine, and it coincides with that month's theme. And you can look at this. It's got the characters that's featured in this box, including R2-D2, the Tribbles, Malcolm Smith from Firefly. Darth Vader was on the front, and then there was also Ripley and the robotic robotic gear. Now, the thing with Loot Crate, they've got a thing called Mega Crate, and if you're a lucky winner, you get this big-ass Mega Crate that's about over $1,000 worth of stuff. For this month, they had a GoPro, a Borg refrigerator, which is kind of cool, and a life-size R2-D2, which would have been great to put in my office. I think my wife would have killed me for buying that. Right here, you got a page about the brown coat, about the guide to the whole brown coats from Firefly. And yeah, that's just the great thing about that they give you a box with, and there's also feature stuff in there. Lastly, we have in the box here, we've got a poster here of Han Solo, Frozen in Carbonite. I gotta admit, this is pretty cool looking. I'm actually gonna get this framed and put it in my office just to throw some people off. It's like, cause I got Han Solo, just to say I got Han Solo and Frozen in Carbonite in my office, even though it's a framed poster. That's still pretty badass looking. And to close things off here, each box, got to turn it around there. Each box is actually detailed with that month's theme. If you look inside here, this looks like the Death Star from Star Wars. As you can see R2-D2 in the corner there. But you set it down there. It says at the bottom there, document. Let me focus this thing here. Document, share, and enjoy. Loot Crate's very cool about people subscribing to this and actually posting these on YouTube. I will forewarn you, if you do check these out on YouTube and you haven't gotten your Loot Crate, I would suggest from that because it's spoilers, and if you want to, and it kind of ruins the element of surprise. So I'm not going to lie, I've been really impressed with Loot Crate so far. At first, when I received the boxes for July and August, I was a little let down by the themes as I felt they were lacking. For example, the Villains box was okay, as I really enjoyed the Batman posters and the Deadpool socks, which I'm actually wearing right now, but was pretty disappointed that they didn't include much for Star Wars, and that kind of really irritated me a bit. My biggest gripe really with the villains box was that Deadpool was included as a villain when actually he's an anti-hero and would have been better suited for the heroes box, being he has his own video game, his own comic book series, and he's more of a fan favorite. As for the heroes box, I felt they spent too much time focusing on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than they did with the overall theme. Now, I have no gripe with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but if you're going to stick to a theme like heroes, I would have included a little bit more in the box to make it coincide with it and have people enjoy it instead of thinking, oh, great, I'm getting nothing but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The one thing that I really did enjoy about the Heroes box, though, was the limited edition Groot pop vinyl figure from Guardians of the Galaxy, which he glows in the dark. I haven't taken it out of the box, but it's on my shelf, on my bookshelf in my office. However, with the Galactic theme for September, I was really, really impressed with this. And the fact that they added Firefly to this made it even better. So, seeing the Mal Reynolds figure and then the Tribble, that really was kind of funny. Because, I noticed they don't really include Star Trek much in there. So, seeing a full-on Tribble. So, it's actually sitting on my bookshelf as well. Overall, I would recommend subscribing to Loot Crate if this is actually up your alley. If you're not really into the nerd thing, into this type of stuff, this may not be for you. But I know a lot of people enjoy this type of thing. And I will be honest, if Loot Crate was willing to let us do a monthly review of each box, I'd be more than happy to post stuff. And if you guys want to see more of this stuff, please leave a comment below. Loot Crate runs $13.37 a month plus $6 shipping and handling. Then they also offer 3 and 6 month plans. So if you'd rather bulk up and go that route, you have the option to do that. And I also want to add that if you do sign up for Loot Crate, be sure to use the code FEAR at checkout, and you can receive 10% off your first order. Until then, this is the Vinyl Junkie, and bye for now.